Hello YouTube, we're going to be taking a look at Ascent under 5 minutes for Cypher. So we're going to be hopping straight in. Setups I like to use is tripwire along the right edge, tripwire along the left edge as well. You can also combine it with using one right here so that the boombox can go underneath it. You can have a tripwire on the Jenny right here. You can have one in this corner on the pocket on the grass. I like to swap up my cages so you can have one on top of here. One could in theory be on top of this box right there. You can also combine the cages and have one on the left side and then play from heaven. So if you want to play from heaven, open these two cages, they'll run in. You can of course swap out the utility a little bit if you want it. I would not really use any tripwires in main because they do get shot quite easily. You can use them on the bottom of this box or a little bit above it on the tarp. And you can use them in here as well. So those are the cages that I really like to use. If you open this one, you can wait, then open this. There's a small gap. You might be able to pass it. If you place it a little bit better, a little further back, there won't be a gap here. And then you will be able to just move in between the cages. So that's basically it for a side camera that I like to use is on top of this ledge right here. If you want to place that, you can jump on top of this box, on top of Jenny, place it on the ledge, and you'll be able to use that camera to look into short as well if they actually push it. So that is my favorite camera, and you have one cam on top of the box as well. If we pick this one up back, you can jump on, and you can place it there, and you can see main, and you can see heaven. So those are the cameras I use. Those are the tripwires that I use. You can also combine it with a tripwire on short to let them walk out or to keep them away on cat. This is all placeable before buy barriers. And a really good camera that I want to show you as well is right up there so that you can look into short and they will get pinged on the map as well because the camera does not see these leave. So you'll see them appear on the map if you cannot see them in the game. Coming up towards mid, you can always do the default tripwire right in front of the barrier. You can use one right there to cross into market, and of course you can use them all along this ledge to code for your playstyle. You can place a camera right here to look over the walls so that you can see the mid and short peaks. The camera does not see this close, so they will ping people behind it. And you can of course watch middle that way as well. You can do a double cage setup if you really like to then move through it after you've had contact, and you can walk all the way through and be behind the enemies. So once we've had that, we're going to go in towards B site. You can of course play it from market. If you want to play it from market, place your tripwires along this ledge and make sure you can actually see them close, or place them all the way back on site where instead you can actually wallbang them. So if we take a look at where this tripwire is, we'll ping that. We'll go back to market, and you can see that if someone actually enters that tripwire, that's going to be a wallbang, and we can kill them with these. If you want to use cameras on this site, I would suggest using the camera up here. So we're going to go up, jump up, place it down. You can see into B main with it. That's the powerful aspect on this camera. They will actually have to look all the way up to see it. But if you do not make noise, you can see people actually setting up on B main. So with that camera, you have all the intel you need. You can, of course, use a camera on top of the entrance as well on the sign right up there. And you can use all the tripwires you can use as well. So tripwire here. You can, of course, place it in the pocket. I don't really use that too much. You can place it on top of the site, on top of this site. Right there. You can actually use this tripwire on the other side as well. Place it a little lower and it's still possible. I would suggest using this one because people do run into this a lot as well. And if you want to play it back from CT, you can double cage this so that you push in, you stay on the left side, get the first kill, get the second, and then you can actually challenge boat house as well. If you want to play it from sight, I would suggest with the camera on top of this box, I would suggest playing in this area. If there's a Sova against you, pre-aim here, then open the cam and play it like this. If you see the arrow fly out the window, you can shoot the arrow and you can stay in this area. Combine it with a cage. Cage triggered. Basically up here. And you should be fine to actually then push that cage, be in this corner, and then flank the enemies that actually pushed out into sight. And you can let people walk onto site through lane, and you can retake it with your team. If you want to play it from backside, for example, with the judge in the corner, I would suggest placing one trip like this, or on the box right there, on the entrance, or right here. I would always use this one if you're actually playing right in there, and make sure you have a cage at all times right there. You stand here, and you wait for people to rush in. It's a judge, so there will be one tap straight to the body, so that's perfect as well. Close angle, hold that. The moment you see someone pushes in your tripwire, you can open the cage, kill them there as well, and you might be able to push that cage, use the second one to surprise one on sight, jump out of it, and shoot them right in the face. So that's it, as quick as I could actually give you all the setups, and I hope you enjoy. See you later.